This is my wife.
You said wife. Why did you say wife?
So, Tony, is there something you'd like to tell the rest of the class? In the trailer for Season 7B, we got Sergeant Hampton, who is the, well, ex-wife of Tony, who will show up in the midst of an intimate moment with Danny. Not quite finished with Tony, she decides to insert herself right in the middle of Tony's business, and that includes Danny's business as well. But more interestingly, in this conversation, Tony's like, this is my wife. And Danny's like, wait, what, wife? You better throw the X in front of it, man. Because Tony, come on now. The description says ex-wife, but I don't know. I just feel like Tony, people are like, what, you didn't tell Danny about the kids coming, and now you're talking to your ex-wife like it is your wife. So let's just say this is going to come up in Danny's next therapy session. But it is interesting how there is the running gag of Tony's kids and now his ex-wife or wife that has yet to be determined popping up in the midst of a intimate moment with Tony and Danny. But I do find it an interesting slip of the tongue, because remember when Gary was explaining to Marie about how Andy messed up my relationship, with my wife. Don't you mean ex-wife? Oh, yes, ex-wife. It's like, so Gary, are you really divorced or aren't you? And in this case of Tony, it's like, Tony, are you really divorced from your ex-wife, or are you? Are you in the middle of a divorce? I don't know. This is just an interesting character dilemma, if you want to put it that way. One might call it karma for, oh, okay, Danny, you're going to invite Fatima after Karen said not to. Karma, here comes Tony's wife, who is actually still married to him legally. I don't know. But I think it's an interesting character situation to have a woman in a role of sergeant. I think that's pretty interesting. I wonder what her dynamic is with Tony. So I wonder if she's going to be strict, because I kind of look at her and associate, Sergeant Hamilton. I'm like, how is she raising these kids the way they were acting towards Danny? But then again, I feel like that could be said of any child who is being introduced to the new significant other of their parent, especially if their parents had a divorce. So we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, I did a video not too long ago about the first impression between Danny and the ex-wife, but now it's like, oh, you said wife. I thought this was your ex-wife. Oh yeah, ex-wife. Yeah, ex-wife. I don't know, but Tony, come on, man. But then again, it goes back to how I said at the beginning, Tony this season is coming across as a good dude, but the way he and Danny first met, I still think that was really sketchy in terms of their potential relationship, even though he was already in a relationship. I mean, she was already in a relationship with Preston, so we'll just have to wait and see. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. And honestly, real quick, I think that if nothing else, the inserting herself into Danny's business, I think that this is one of those situations where Sergeant Hamilton might actually have a woman-to-woman discussion in regards to Danny interacting with her kids, as opposed to, oh, well, you're with my ex-husband, that kind of thing. So I would actually like to see a conversation like that, where it's going to be awkward at first, especially when she comes in the middle of their intimate moment. But I would like to have a conversation between a mom and the quote-unquote potential stepmom, kind of dynamic. That would be pretty fun. And also, I would love for these two to kind of hit it off. I know it sounds kind of weird, but I think their dynamic could be an interesting foil to Karen and Fatima if Zach is actually the father of one or both of these kids, where it's like you have the biological mother and the new significant other of the mother's ex. So it's like Fatima and Zach with Karen's baby. But now in this case, you have Sergeant Hamilton and her kids with Tony, but he's now with Danny, and let's see them get along. So I think that would be an interesting way of mirroring the plot. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.